Having a muscular body is something many of us want to achieve. However, it takes a lot of training, and more training to get your body in shape. But what if you were born with the power to build muscle effortlessly? Well, there's a mutation that gives you that exact power. People with inactivated myostatin genes can easily develop excessive muscle mass. They can have lean bodies and well-defined muscles from a very young age and grow physically much faster than their peers. However, there were only a few documented cases of this mutation in humans. The condition is more thoroughly reported in mice and cattle. Because it is so uncommon, we are still not sure about the long-term consequences of this mutation. A study suggests that myostatin gene inactivation prevents muscle wasting in cancer, while another study indicates that the mutation promotes muscle growth, but in return for weaker force generation. After all, everything has its own price. Do you agree? Have you ever broken a bone in your life? If you have, then you know how painful it is. But there is a mutation that helps people to no longer worry about bone fractures anymore. This mutation affects bone density and makes it nearly impenetrable. The condition was discovered after a man escaped a catastrophic vehicle accident with no broken bones at all. He possessed a robust skeleton, and his bones were 8 times denser than the ordinary person. Have you seen the movie Unbreakable? Let me ask you a question. Do you want to live a life without enduring pain? Well, it may sound like a gift we all want to have. It turns out that some people go their entire lives without experiencing pain at all. Congenital insensitivity to pain is a condition in which a person loses the ability to perceive physical pain. This is so cool, right? It can make you become super tough. You don't have to suffer from any pain, and nothing could bother you anymore. Except for one thing, it's just not the case. It can be unpleasant to feel pain, but pain is the way our bodies warn us about potentially life-threatening injuries. Without it, people are more likely to injure themselves and, as a result, are utterly ignorant of serious wounds. People who have congenital insensitivity to pain often die in childhood due to injuries or illnesses going unnoticed. It's usually more like a curse than a gift, to be honest. As you can see, a human's life without suffering is not that good overall. Without pain and discomfort, we may not know what happiness feels like. Only after enduring hardship do we learn to cherish what we have achieved. Now tell me in the comment section, my friend, do you still want to live an easy life? You probably have heard of many famous people that could work all night to achieve greatness. Nikola Tesla, Steve Jobs, and Gandhi, to name just a few. But how could they do that, while we normal people can't function well without at least 7 hours of sleep? Well, they are not vampires. People with a mutation in the DEC2 gene can sleep less and still feel great. 4 to 6 hours of sleep per night, which would wreck most of us, is sufficient for those with this mutation. So, a good piece of advice is to listen to your body and get that nap whenever you can. Since the 1980s, HIV/AIDS has become a worldwide epidemic with millions of deaths. However, people who have a rare genetic mutation called CCR5 delta 32 are completely immune to this deadly virus. This small genetic change prevents HIV from entering the cells, so these people can't contract the virus. Scientists have been working on treatments inspired by the CCR5 delta 32 mutation. It seems like in any disease outbreak, there are always groups of people found to be immune for some reason. These immunities can frequently assist scientists in developing new therapies. What if by detecting and studying people who have an immunity to COVID, we can also find clues for an effective way to end the pandemic? What do you think? Cholesterol is vital to your body. but too much of it could cause some bad problems. While many people are striving to keep their cholesterol level under control, others just simply never have to. Why? Because they were born with a mutation in the PCSK9 gene, which perfectly regulates cholesterol in their bodies. They can savor tempting fatty foods and no need to worry about high cholesterol in the bloodstream whatsoever. But for the rest of us, it's probably best to cut down on those KFC meals. You've probably heard about blood transfusion as a life-saving measure, but it's not just simply injecting blood into a person's body. One of many requirements is that the donor's blood type must be compatible with the recipient's. Otherwise, severe problems could happen. However, there is a universal blood type that can match with any other. It is the Rh null, or golden blood, the world's rarest blood type. So far, there have only been about 40 known people with this feature. These people don't have any Rh antigens, which means their blood can be given to almost anyone. Although this blood type is not literally golden blood, it can be worth more than gold because of its enormous life-saving capability. Let's take a quick test to see how good your eyes are: black and blue or white and gold. Well, it turns out that there are people who see the world in different colors, literally. The average human eye has 3 kinds of cone cells, which can identify colors in the red, green, and blue spectrums. With these 3 types of cones, a typical human can see around 1 million colors. However, there are people living among us that have 4 kinds of cones in their eyes. This condition is known as tetrachromacy, and those who have it can perceive 100 million different colors. This supervision anomaly is more common in women than men, and many people are unaware they even have it. So the next time you're arguing with your friends about something you can see and they can't, just remember that we're all born differently. If your eye can perceive a much broader spectrum, then you can see things that ordinary humans can't. And because we can't see something, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Let's wrap it up. How many of these rare body features do you have? Do you know any unique abilities that we may have missed in this video? Comment your superpower below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.